Do you want to learn how to use the camera tool in After Effects? Well, it's a game changer for adding dynamic movement to your scenes, and I'll walk you through it step by step. But before we begin, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials like this. Now let's dive in. First, let's go ahead and open After Effects and create a composition with our layer or footage. To add a camera, go to the top menu, click on Layer, then New, and choose Camera. A settings window will pop up where you can adjust the focal length and other parameters. For now, you can stick with the default settings and click OK. After adding the camera, make sure your layers are set to 3D. To do this, go to the timeline and enable the 3D switch for each layer by clicking the small cube icon under the 3D column. If you don't see the column, click the toggle switches/modes button at the bottom of the timeline to reveal it. Now it's time to move the camera. Open the camera's transform properties by selecting the camera layer and pressing P for position or R for rotation. Adjust these properties to move the camera around your scene. You can also use the orbit, pan, and dolly tools from the toolbar to interact with the camera directly in the composition panel. If you want to create smooth camera movement, you'll need to keyframe its position or rotation. For example, start by setting a keyframe for the camera's position at a later point, then move the playhead to the beginning of the timeline. Adjust the camera's position or angle, and then set another keyframe. After Effects will automatically animate the camera between these points. To add even more control, consider using a null object. Go to Layer and then New and select Null Object. Make the null object 3D and parent the camera to it by dragging the camera's pick whip to the null object. Now you can animate the null object instead of the camera, making complex movements easier to manage. Once your camera movement looks good, preview your composition by pressing the spacebar. When you're happy with the result, export your project by going to File, then Export, and choosing your preferred settings. I hope this tutorial has helped.